Hey there and welcome back to Mass Effect. My name is Pete, and after a somewhat slow last episode, today we complete another part of the main storyline. Last episode we also did an equipment overhaul, so it's only fitting that we start this episode by selling everything that we have left over.
Looking for supplies?
Well, technically just for someone to sell stuff to, but sure.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright, I will spare you the next 2 minutes of selling, but we got rid of a lot. In the end we earned about 60,000 credits, and we're now standing at roughly 120,000. We won't buy anything just yet because frankly there's always something better available somewhere, so we might as well save up for the really good endgame stuff. And yeah, with that out of the way, we can now make our way back up to the top deck and head over to our next destination. Okay, a quick look on the galaxy map shows we are still on Elitania, and if we zoom out here we can see that Pharos is not too far away. However, we won't go there just yet, as there is one specific situation that requires a very high amount of Paragon or Renegade points, and we're simply not there yet. So instead we'll go to Noveria.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher War. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Okay, very interesting message from Kahoku there. We should definitely keep that in mind. Before we land on Noveria, we can quickly survey the planet Veles. That allows us to recover another set of Matriarch's writings, and then we can land on Noveria.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector into berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Alright, it looks like we will have to deal with a few people welcoming us, but I think we will manage. Since we did the equipment stuff in the last video, we can now go straight for the exit and to squad selection. We are here for Matriarch Benezia, that's the mother of Liara to Sony, so it's a no-brainer that we're taking her. And to complement Liara's biotic abilities, we will take Tali with her tech strength.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Then we can make our first steps on Noveria, exit the Normandy and turn to the right here, and just follow the pathway to the end. And after making the turn here, we can see our welcoming party.
That's far enough.
Alright, let's grab some Paragon points and cooperate.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
Well, how about you go first?
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect. I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
See, that wasn't too hard.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am. We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
It would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
And here is an option for Renegade points. We're definitely going to keep our guns.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Charge and lock! We are authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2, 3.
Captain Matsuo, stand down! We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
Alright, 2 Paragon, 2 Renegade points, and the first encounter on Noveria survived. Congratulations, now we can head inside. And up the stairs at the reception, we will hopefully get a bit more of a warm welcome.
Weapon detectors, don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeus. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
Well, let's keep things friendly for the moment.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually, the number of guards is rather interesting.
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
Protecting the privacy. That sounds shady at best.
Is this privacy intended to hide illegal research?
This planet is beyond the jurisdiction of the Citadel. The law is what the executive board says it is. Do you know how valuable this planet is? How many advances in genetics and artificial intelligence got their start here?
Alright, we don't want to discuss this any further. Let's get straight to the point of our visit.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Yeah, we would like to have a chat.
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Then I suppose we're going there as well.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeus for clearance to leave this port.
And where would he be?
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Well, thank you for that. I think we'll see you around.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
I would be interested as to whether or not your presence puts the mission at risk, yes.
We talked about her before. But things change when you're up against something. If it's her or me, who would you shoot?
I meant what I said before. Her actions are wrong. If you would feel safer leaving me on the Normandy, I will stay. But I would like to see her. Maybe I can persuade her to come peacefully.
That would be a desirable outcome. So yeah, you can stay.
I hope so. I accept your word, Liara. Let's get going.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Alright, no codex entries, but at least we now know that we need to go to Peak 15. First of all, though, let's ride an elevator.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety, and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Alright, there is a shop conveniently placed right at the beginning of this area, so let's have a quick chat.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
Well, that was kept a secret for long.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
So you want us to smuggle something?
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
Now, just because it's forbidden doesn't mean it's necessarily bad, so what would we be smuggling?
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
So can you at least tell us who we're smuggling for?
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
I think we hold the cards in this case.
Your customer would prefer to have his package. Tell me who it's for, or I walk out.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
So nothing dangerous, and we know the recipient. I think we can do that.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Annaleus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
Yeah, this is a shop, right?
Could I buy something now?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
And we want to view the standard items, because there we can find at the very bottom both a medi-gel upgrade and the Rosenkopf materials license, and we will purchase both of them for roughly 18,000 credits. Alright, we acquired another side quest here, and there are multiple ways to solve that one. However, we don't need to work on that right now. Instead, we can follow Gianna Parasini's advice and try to talk to Administrator Annaleus. He should be able to get us clearance to get to Peak 15, and his office is also relatively close by, making this the ideal place to stop by next.
How can I help you?
Okay, we now have the option to learn a bit more about Noveria before we talk to Annaleus, and I think let's start with the corporations.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Alright, in that order, please.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Then let's learn a bit more about Binary Helix.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
And lastly, Synthetic Insights.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
And I suppose your infrastructure plays a role as well, right?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Okay, now that we have asked every possible question, let's talk to Annaleus.
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Annaleus is in his own office in the back. We just need to go around the pillar here, through the door, and there he is.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
You seem to be well informed.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
So the law plays second fiddle on Noveria. Isn't that a bit of a risk?
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Okay, thank you. As administrator, you might be able to tell us a bit more about Matriarch Benezia?
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
Personal escort, you say?
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
You also mentioned cargo. What kind of cargo?
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
Then can you at least tell us why she's here?
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor.
Excuse me, his what?
Executor. Saren is a major shareholder in Binary Helix. Lady Benezia is authorized to act in his name. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
And there are issues going on with the Geth that require our attention.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Well, we do have a Mako.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
Okay, seems like we're not getting anywhere here.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
I suppose that's a small price to pay if you can tell us anything more about Saren.
Do you do business with Saren?
I believe I explained this already, did I not? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
So that means he could potentially develop weapons there.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
Okay, now we could tell him about Opal's smuggling, but there are other more lucrative ways to solve that quest, so I think we'll just leave for now.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan.
Excuse me?
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
Yeah, it sure looks that way.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Qui'in. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Ananias.
Well, nonetheless, a bit more info would be great.
You said I should talk to Lorik Qui'in?
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Qui'in spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
That was pretty redundant. Alright then, we'll keep it in mind.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
Now, after this short conversation, the hotel seems like the next best place to go. However, that is at the complete other end of the complex. And in order to avoid running back and forth between places all too much, we can actually go back to the docking area now and pick up the smuggling goods. That way we have them secured and can solve the quest at any time, and we don't need to go all the way back there just for the sake of that one quest. Nothing happens inside of the elevator, so we can fast forward. And then as we leave the elevator and make our way towards the docking bay, we can actually have another short chat with Miss Matsuo. And that one can be easily missed.
I apologize for my rudeness when you arrived. I meant no disrespect. I have a responsibility to protect the safety and privacy of corporations here. The arrival of an Alliance warship was unexpected.
Okay, we can choose between the Paragon and the Renegade answer, and I think we have enough Paragon points, so let's go Renegade for a change.
Embarrassed to be put in your place?
Not at all. My actions were correct, based on the information I had at the time. Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
Well, there is the obvious one. What are you still doing here?
Why are you still here? Are you guarding my ship?
All of the companies have secrets. Some of them deal in things that are not quite legal. Having a Spectre here makes them nervous. Analeas-sama is buried under petitions to kick you off-world.
So you're trying to keep us safe from those who want to kick us out?
Then you're actually protecting Normandy from the companies.
I am protecting them from themselves. They do not have the personnel or training to assault an Alliance frigate.
Nonetheless, security numbers are quite high everywhere. Why is that?
There are guards everywhere. Are there that many problems here?
I am sure Parasini-san gave you the ultra-special blah-blah about business here. Everyone wants to be protected from everyone else, but everyone also thinks they have a special right to kick over everyone else.
So you're the ones that keep the peace.
So you have to keep them from getting too eager.
Most of my job is diplomacy. Two corps start yelling at each other, my people walk in, flash some ceramic, and they start talking civilly. If there is anything this job has taught me, it's how to be impartial.
And do these corporations not have their own security?
Don't they have their own security forces?
Everything from hackers to mercenaries. They have investments to protect, after all. But we are the only ones allowed to bear arms. Which is why the companies constantly try to bribe my people. I have a clear policy against freelancing. Anyone who works on the side is fired.
Interesting, especially considering the fact that you are technically part of one of those corporations. But tell us a bit more.
Tell me about yourself.
You first. I'm just a security guard. I heard that there were no human specters. How did you get that job?
Well, a good mixture of being at the right place at the right time and being part of a political statement.
I'm a test case. The Council wants to see if humans are ready to rejoin them.
There have been a few stories on the extranet about that. People debating whether or not the Alliance will be given another chance. I served in the Marines for a decade, mustered out and went private sector. I was under fire a few times, so I ended up leading this detail.
Okay then, thank you for the chat. We will be going now.
I'll be moving on.
Very good, Commander. Please stay out of trouble.
Well, I am afraid I can't make any promises. Now the way back to the Normandy is the one we took about 20 minutes ago, and then the smuggling goods are right outside. Alright, with those safely secured, we can turn around and go back, and since that would be the third time we take this route in this video, let's speed things up until we're back inside of the main area. Now regarding the smuggling quest, one of the options here would be to sell the package directly back to Opold. We would get a few XP and some credits for that, but apart from telling Anoleus, that's probably the worst solution to this quest. There are other, far more lucrative ways, and one of them is also in the hotel, so that's 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going there next. Once again, we can fast forward inside of the elevator to save a few seconds, and then exit and have another unexpected conversation.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time. The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Well, aren't you the straightforward kind?
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity. Or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
And is there any specific reason you can't do this yourself?
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
And so the Spectre, who seems to be known around the entire port already, seems to be more convincing.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
And if we were to do this, what would we get out of it?
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
Alright, we can always decide not to do it later, so for now, let's take that offer.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here's the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I've assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Well, please, feel free, go ahead.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
Thank you for that info. I think that would be all.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
Alright, that's another side quest picked up and a good point for us to make a cut in this episode. Next time we will bring this quest and the smuggling quest to a conclusion, and we will also see about leaving for Peak 15. Until then, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Cheers.